Alright everyone, welcome back to the Clubs New Zealand 8-Ball Nationals here at Manurewa Cosmopolitan Club 2016. We're at the final of the main event for the peers. We've got Bayden Jackson and Simon Singleton representing Timaru, Kiri, Worts and Jason Pickles here in the final of the peers. The coin toss is about to take place. I'm Brett DeFari, I'm joined here by Patrick O'Donnell. Welcome Patrick.
Hi Brett, thanks for that. Very excited to be here. Two very good teams. I was on the floor for the two semi-finals and both these teams played just excellent. Kiri and Jason actually beat us earlier on today, and so I know firsthand the threat that they pose, and both Simon and Bayden are well known for their exploits, especially in the last year or two.
Yeah, that's right, Patrick. These guys have been playing very well all day. Bayden and Simon, as I spoke about earlier, you've got arguably two of the top 4 or 5 QS in the country as a pairing, which makes them very, very dangerous. Bayden, the recent winner of the North Island Singles 8-Ball Championship. Simon has been there or thereabouts since he's come over and adopted his trade at this level, this form of the game. Both adept snooker players as well, and very, very good exponents of the two-shot form of the game with the yellows and reds. All right, guys, here's a coin toss. Our referee today is Roger Gracie for the final. Kiri and Jason have won the toss and elected to break.
Yes, I was lucky enough to be in Christchurch earlier this month and watch Bayden and Simon play each other in the final of the national two-shot competition. $10,000 went to Bayden, 5 to Simon for runner-up. So a really top pairing here, and very, very excited to see how this one plays out.
Righto, folks, here we go. The pairs final. Kiri just coming to have a look at the rack, making sure all the balls are nice and tight. He's not happy. Just obviously one of the balls not tight touching makes a big difference. Well, so the players think. He wants all the balls nice and tight for a nice clean break. Kiri Worts probably got one of the best breaks in the country when he's on.
And that checking the break and rolling the ball on the end rail is very much a quirk of Kiri's breaking style as well.
Kiri just giving himself, just out of shot there, just giving himself a couple of reassuring nods. He knows this is a big game. He's a consummate professional, Kiri. He's been in lots of big matches. He's come very close to winning New Zealand titles in this form of the game. But certainly another great chance here today. Kiri to break the first frame. Here we go. Nice clean break from Kiri. All right. Kiri opting for the big ones here, Patrick, and 14 down to the corner to lay up for that 13 in the side. I think you'll find his first couple of shots. Cueing very close to that 15 there, very deliberate style, beautiful technique. It's there, set established, so Kiri and Jason on the big, or the overs, stripes, whatever you want to call them.
As you called it, Brett, Kiri and Jason stripes first up, and Kiri will like his chances here, but then he does every frame.
Alright, so 13 to the side pocket here, he'll be playing. If the 15 passes the 11, he'll be playing up the rail. Yep, there we go. Just cue ball towards the rail there for the 15 up inside the 11. Plenty of room for this to pass the 11, otherwise Kiri wouldn't have played the cue ball here. Just played it in off the 11 there. That's okay. He's still in good shape here. Just before we carry on, I just want to say big thank you to the Manurewa Club here. This is a beautiful venue. They've been fantastic hosts so far for the start of the 2016 Clubs New Zealand National 8-Ball Tournament. Facilities are magnificent, and great field of players, and everyone's just having a really good time, and it's showing here in the calibre of the play that we're watching here.
Absolutely, Brett. I'll echo that sentiment. Anyone coming to Manureira Club, try the kitchen. Food is excellent, great staff, and we've all had a good time so far as Ceri carries on.
Right, good aggressive shot there from Kiri. He's just opened up the 9, which was just caught up there. He's going to play this 14 ball. Looks like he's coming. He's going to try and hold for the 12 in the corner. He's done that. He's done that very well. So now, delicate little shot here on the 12. He's going to try and push through the gap. You would feel between the 2 and the 8, or he may try and screw it back. Just trying to get a better vantage point.
Yeah, I was looking at that screw back option as the first one. It looks like that's what he's doing.
He's looking at the jack up option there, which means he would try and screw the white back down past the bottom side of the one off the cushion and out for the 9. But I tell you, I think he might just be able to force this through and try and catch edge of 2. Is he playing the screw? He's playing screw. Here we go. Big shot in the first frame of the final here.
The danger here that he comes too far and gives himself a hard shot, or he doesn't come far enough like that and leaves himself snookered. Brett, I don't think he can see this ball at all.
Well, the pot was never the problem. That's right, Pat. The pot was never the problem. Position ill-afforded here, and simple escape for Ceri. But the problem is, these guys at this level, you don't want to give them too much of a chance. And even though he's going to come off the cush fairly comfortably to hit this 9, he's going to want to do something pretty productive with it. He'll be thinking about trying to get it, catching it on the bottom half of the 9, maybe promoting it towards the top corner, up where his hand was there, to try and perhaps block the 4 or the path of the 1. Ceri, probably the best exponent of these type of shots in New Zealand.
Critical that if he doesn't pot here, he leaves nothing easy to start with, and he's done just that.
Okay, folks. Yes, that's right, Patrick. Now, I take that all back.
Thank
Ceri's
you, Brett.
Played that shot to... Sorry, Pat. He's actually played to leave the wide on the head rail there. So that's the side of the 9 he was aiming for. And very good leave for his opposition there. Very good defensive shot there. Simon Singleton at the table. He was in good form in the semi-final against the defending New Zealand champs, Matt and Phil.
It has been all year, Brett. Simon's been in prolific form, very confident in his abilities. He's missed that pot, but again, he's left a very tough start there for Jason coming to the table now.
That's right. It was almost a shot to nothing there, Pat. He's played the 4 down there, knowing that if it went in, he was afforded another shot on his set, the smalls, but really gave them no clean shot on this 9 ball. There's no double, and it'll be another safety or defensive shot here played by the pairing of Kiri and Jason Pickles, Kiri Worts and Jason Pickles, representing the Motueka club out of Nelson. Bit of discussion going on here. Just looking at what sort of shot they can play, I think. Potentially looking at... I don't think he's coming off the cush. It may be the 9 off the black. Or just into the black there. Just trying to mess things up a little bit. But... for their sake, I hope that 2 doesn't pass down to the corner.
Again, Brett, the leave critical, trying to leave your opponent nothing, but also trying to make it that when your partner gets back to the table, they've got something to shoot at.
That's right, and you can see here Bayden's going to have a crack at this double on the 1, but screw back so that the 9 is still on both sides, can be hit on both sides. So again, a bit of a shot to nothing. Now, I can tell you what Kiri's looking at there, folks. He is trying, or he is going to seriously consider half ball on this 9 off the black towards this corner pocket where he's just pointed his cue. Bit of a trick shot. But he's keen on it, and he's got the approval from his partner, a little fist pump there to say, hey mate, you know what, that sounds good to me, you go for it. Not many players in the game would even be looking at this. Believe me, Kiri's not looking at getting it close, he is looking at potting the damn thing.
And as a partner, Brett, hard to argue with something that Kiri brings up as a viable option. Like you mentioned earlier, so decorated, so close to winning this competition in the past. Let's see what he can do here.
I don't know if he can get it close enough to the pocket. I'm going to say it's going to hit the cush closest to us. And it has, but it was damn close. I just didn't think he could create enough angle there, but it's still a good shot all the same. Certainly forced the hand here, Simon and Bayden. They have, however, got a nice luxurious start here. And really only the 2 ball is causing them any grief.
Which might pass the 9 there anyway, down the line, I think. And Brett, not surprising that you called that one right. You very rarely make mistakes in these types of situations when you're calling a play.
Nice controlled screw back there from Simon.
Yeah, great start. Lots of options.
So the run out looks to be 6 to the side here. It's going to just cannon into the 1 slightly. So he can play that one straight down to the corner. And I would suggest after playing the 4, he will try. It's an interesting one, whether you play for the 3 and then the 2 last inside the 9 for the black, or the other way round. So definitely 1 to the 4. Well, he's opting for the 4 first. I take that back. Certainly be playing the 1 now.
And there's one of those rare times that you have got it wrong, which makes the rest of us feel a bit better.
So here's Simon on the 1. Nicely done. So it will be the 2 ball, and he's just left himself half ball on this 2 inside the 9. He knows it's a biggish pocket with the 9 there, and he can just force the angle with a little bit of screw across for the 3, and then black to the side pocket to finish. Here we go. Beautiful cue action from Simon. Never in doubt. Didn't even need the 9. And you can see there, just roll this 3 in the corner. The white will float across the table for the black to the side pocket. Yep, very nicely done. First frame on the board coming for Simon and Bayden. There it is. That's all it takes, folks. 1 mistake.
Yeah, great start there from Simon, and you'd expect nothing less if you tuned in earlier and seen the semi-final, where he played exactly the same manner there. Against Jason, Pickles and Kiri, Worts.
That's right, and the scores, Patrick, in the semi-finals. Bayden and Simon were victors over last year's defending champions Phil Wilkinson and Matt McInnes of Tokoroa 5-1. And Kiri, Worts and Jason Pickles won their semi-final match over Chris Bowman and Leighton Paloga 5-3. So Simon to break the second frame. And just on that note, well done to Matt and Phil from Tokoroa. We mention their names all the time, but a damn good effort to get through to the semi-finals of this tournament again, defending their title. They've won it the last 2 years in a row, so just to go so deep in this tournament again just shows the calibre of those 2 guys.
Absolutely, Brett. I watched that game, and like always, the professionals that they are made a good game of it. And likewise for Chris Bowman and Leighton Paloga, who had an excellent tournament, qualifying down the order and coming all the way to the semi-finals to lose to a pretty rampant Kiri in that semi-final.
Yeah, that's right, Patrick. And Simon here will, with a nice clean break, will be taking the big ones. And he's just developed that 9 there. You can see deliberately played that wide into the 9 just to push it on down the line past the 3. Also mentioned the flight main event flight winners were Mulrooney and Tone. They were victorious over Healy and Jordan earlier, so congratulations to those players in that main event final, and especially well done to Mulrooney and Tone for winning that one. And I've just been advised that the plate or trophy final was won by Porter Warrender and Greg Matthews from the Stratford Club down in Taranaki. So well done to those two players as well. Simon now, well, he's just got up off that shot. He's asking for the white to be cleaned. Big shot coming up. He's going to try and plug this 14 fairly firm into the corner. Screw back out, probably for the 9.
Brett, can you give the viewers an insight as to how these two teams must be feeling right now? You recently having been in a big competition game, of course winning the final of the North Island Peers earlier this year in Hamilton. How must they be feeling?
Yeah, that's right, Patrick. Look, I can only speak for myself, but look, every player is different, and what you'll see out there is these guys, it looks like they feel no pressure. It looks like everything's coming easy to them. But believe me, they are nervous. They feel the tension, but they know they've just got to hold their form, keep the cue straight, and focus on their technique, and not let the adrenaline get to them. Especially guys like Simon, you can see here, he's so focused and cueing as nicely as he ever does. So I think I don't think you'll see too much nerves out there from these guys. These are really guys at the top of the game in New Zealand, but they will be nervous. Don't get me wrong.
A good crowd here, two of players and supporters that have stuck around to watch this final, and why wouldn't you?
That's right, Patrick. There'd be close to 100 spectators here watching around the table here. Lovely shot from Simon. Just made this all look so easy. And they're about to go 2-0 up.
Wow, big start. Big start from a really good player, Simon, again sinking the black ball in the second frame to go 2-0 up, and commanding lead early on. Kiri and Jason never out of it, of course. You can never count out players of that calibre, and we'll see what the third frame brings.
Great finish from Simon there. Really, that first shot where he just developed that 9 ball with his first shot, and put all his set on potable positions, and a couple of nice clean long pots there. Good cue ball control, and just showing his class there. He will certainly be tough to beat in the singles, as will all these players, Patrick. These 4 players and the 4 players who were knocked out in the semi-finals, they're all top singles players obviously as well. Big field for the singles, which starts tomorrow. There's well over 250 players in the singles event, which will be contested Wednesday and Thursday for qualifying, with the top 3 is sections of 6 for the singles, same as the pairs, the top 3 from each section going through to the main event.
Yes, very exciting. Phil Wilkinson from Tokoroa backing up from the last 2 years. Can he win a third one? We'll have to wait and see, but we're all very excited. Right now though, back to the pairs final. Ceri to break the third frame.
Now, for those of you watching at home thinking, that guy looks really unorthodox breaking like that, I assure you, he's one of the nicest cuers in the country. It might look a little bit funny, but he's a top player, and if you've got some time and you're interested in pool, just Google Kiri Worts. Google his name and you will see him in action, different 8-ball, 9-ball snooker events. I'm sure there's plenty of video footage online, trick shots and overseas games that Kiri has participated in. And Kiri's represented New Zealand 9-ball, been to the World and Oceania 9-ball champs on several occasions and played some of the best players in the world. Different form of the game, of course, not on the 7-foot tables, but certainly knows how to hold a cue. Just making sure the 13-ball still passes cleanly by the 7.
Absolutely, Brett. One of my favourite players in the country, and as I said earlier, I found out firsthand earlier today what form he's in, and hard to beat anyone that can clear a table 2-3 times out of 4 frames. So
That's right, Kiri earlier today. He's just come a little bit unstuck there. He's just trying to push the 13 on its way, and it's not quite come out how he'd liked. But the opponents that have come across Kiri early in the day will attest to this, that he was in absolutely stifling form. He's made several 8-ball clearances today in earlier games, and in fact in one match, I think it was in the quarterfinals, he knocked in 3 clearances, which is basically giving your opponents no shot. It was done in 3 or 4 frames, so he's been really on song today. Tough shot here, awkward queuing over the 7, the 11 ball to the corner. And he's a little bit unlucky again there. Played it nicely. He's got a bit of work to do now.
yes, good pot as you say. Queuing over the ball, always difficult. What a shot is here. No obvious potting ability, no obvious pot shot here. So does he roll up and leave the ball safe?
I don't think so, Pat. That's the first thing that came to my mind, but I think he'll try and lay this 10 down to the bottom right corner as we look down towards the 4 down the bottom of the table. So a bit of a long back cut. Yep, that's what he's queuing up for. And try and afford position from this onto the 13 or 14 ball. Here we go. Big shot coming up here. He's played it, and he's played it very nice. That is a wonderful shot, folks. Wonderful, wonderful shot.
The crowd would tell you right there what happened, and playing safe isn't really in Kiri's vocabulary. As I said earlier, he gets to the table, he looks to clear the table, and some shots that most players here don't consider.
That's right, Pat, and he also understands that you don't get these opportunities very often in finals, especially New Zealand Championship finals, and they're 2-0 down, they're on the back foot. He wants to really try and get them back into the match as quickly as possible, and there's one surefire way of doing that, and that's by cleaning this rack out from the break, not giving your opponents a shot at all. Running around this off a couple of rails here for the 13 ball, Pat. Look at this. You know where he's come back for. You know what he's come back for. He's a little bit short. But if this 13, he's having a look. The 13, folks, he will be doubling around the back of the 7 into the middle pocket.
Does the white ball go off 3 rails and back down for the black behind the 6?
That's what he's looking at, Pat. He'll be pretty confident of getting this double. Looks a bit tricky, but he also needs to get himself positioned on the black. Here we go. A lot of top on this shot here from Ceri. It's there. Oh, it looked good. I'm sorry, guys. It looked good. Where's the cue ball? Where's the 13? Oh! Wow! As you can see, Ceri floated the cue ball around with some forced topspin to a great position for the black. Missed the double, but has a bit of lady luck on his side, and the 13's come off the jaw of the middle pocket, floated its way over to the corner, and it's certainly pressure now on Singleton and Jackson. They can't afford to slip up here. Kiri and Jason's ball sitting pretty over that corner hole. Right, what can Bayden do? Haven't seen much of him in this final yet. It's all been Simon. Nice aggressive shot there from Bayden first up. He's going for the jugular here, you feel.
Yes, I was just about to say the same thing, Brett. We haven't seen much of him so far in this final, but we all know what he can do. The current North Island champion, current 2-shot champion in New Zealand, one of the very best going around.
That's right. Nice shot there, nice confident shot from Bayden there. Back on the 2. So a few drunks in the crowd here. Just got to be cautious of any foul language, profanity you may hear come across the microphone. I apologise for that in advance.
Yes, only the sober ones on the microphone, which is a big plus for our viewers.
That's right, Pat. Right, Bayden 9 up this 4. He might be playing the cannon after this. He's come out for the 1. How's he looking? Inch perfect, how's that? No, doesn't seem too happy. Reason being is I think he would have liked to have been straight on it so he could actually play the 6 and come back out for the 3. But
that's what I thought he was going for. It looks like he's queuing up for the 1 off the 6 to bring the 6 out a little bit. But wouldn't be surprising to see him come behind the 3 and play for the cannon here.
I think he has no choice here. Oh, he's played it. And as great a shot as that was, he is very, very straight on this 3 ball, and I find it's going to be a very hard pass to get on this 6 ball, folks. I don't think he can make an angle out of the shot to get across for that 3. We're about to find out.
Can he cue length of the table and suck it back?
Well, it's his only option, Pat. Will he get there? Where's the side? Where's the side?
Difficult ask.
He just didn't quite get into it. He doesn't muck around though. He knows what he's trying to accomplish and gets straight into it. So now it's off the top rail and bit of a song and a prayer here on the shot required. How's your luck going? He is eyeing up a shot here, guys and girls at home. Looking at where he could possibly cannon the 6 off a rail.
You must be able to see an edge of it straight here, so into the rail off a couple for the side pocket, for the far corner.
That's right, Pat. I think he's just looking at playing it straight off. If he can see the right edge of the 6, playing straight off the head rail towards the middle pocket. Let's have a look here. I'm not quite sure there.
Maybe just trying to block that pocket from the black, make it a little bit more difficult for Kiri there, but he hasn't achieved that.
That's right. He may have just been trying to make the clearance a little bit harder by getting the 6 in the path of the black to this corner pocket. But nonetheless, he's gone and off. So Jason and Kiri to the table. It's Jason's shot. Haven't seen much of Jason in this final yet either. So right, this looks pretty straightforward for everyone watching at home. Just drop the 13 in the corner hole, you say, and pop the black. But, the 13 being so close to the corner hole, got to be pretty careful with the white coming off. Doesn't catch a bit of the jaw. Got to control the white nicely. These tables are lightning fast. Make sure you get nice, good position on the black. Looks a good weight. Beautiful shot there.
Played it very nicely there. Giving himself the straight poke for a 2-1.
Yeah, he's up. He's up for this too.
Makes no mistake.
2-1 now. Motueka versus Timaru. We do have a North Island player in the final, Bayden Jackson, based over in Napier, in the Hawke's Bay. All other 3 players are based in the South Island. Sorry, I take that back. Jason, bit of a mixed bag. Jason Pickles, of course, plays in Auckland. But the pairings, they must represent the same club. So Bayden and Simon have opted to play for Timaru, where Simon plays a lot of his Q Sports from. And Kiri and Jason opting to represent the Motueka club. So technically speaking, we've got an all South Island final, but 2 South Islanders, 2 North Islanders.
That's right, Brett. Remember, we are playing the Clubs New Zealand Pairs final here. Start of the 4th frame.
Another good break from Simon. Always seems to get a ball. So, not an easy layout here. There's a few balls, although there's nothing touching, a few balls in tricky positions. Simon's just having a look at lay of the land here to decide which set he wants to opt for. Of course, he does have to pot one off this shot to claim the set. So 2 ball to the side pocket, he's opting for littles, solids. Not a gimme. Should put this away though to claim the set. Yeah, very nicely played. Wanted to push across a bit further for the 4, but he's still on it okay.
Bayden and Simon, both part of the group of expats we have here in New Zealand, playing some extremely good pool. As we said earlier, Bayden, the current North Island champion, Simon with a string of titles to his name this year, and a lot of those expats really challenging the local players that have been doing so well in the last few years.
Nice cut on the 4 there from Simon. Right, he's just having a look here. How can he transition from the 5 to the 6 to the 1 to the 3? That's probably what he's thinking. I like this, the 5 up to the corner and the 6 back to this middle, pushing through for the 1. Let's see if he goes the same route or if he screws back off this one. He's opted for my suggested selection, which was the 5 floating up to the corner and the 6 back to the middle, but he's missed it.
Again, how right you are again, Brett. Good to see, and a miss, but he's kind of blocked the pocket there. The 10 might go in behind the 5.
Yeah, I don't think that 5's quite in that pocket deep enough, Pat, and if Kiri can get away here with a 9 as a starting ball, I think you'll find that 10 will get inside off the rail and behind that 5 in the hole.
Yes, a bit of traffic in the way for Kiri. The 11 kind of off the rail by an inch or so. Looks to be the toughest ball. He needs to clear some of this traffic first, though.
Very nice shot there from Kiri. Deliberately nudging into the 1 to hold position. And he's kept the 1 on the rail there. He won't be thinking about that. Again, he's looking at the lay of the land, trying to piece together a bit of a roadmap. And it looks like the 10 ball, as I said, off the top cushion first into the 5. Try and squeeze it in this corner hole. Can he do it? Well, he's played it very well, folks. At the end of the day, if that goes in, he probably carries on and pots a few more balls, although he's been a little bit unlucky leaving himself where he has. But what he's done is he's put that big ball right over the hole there, and put Bayden and Simon and completely changed the frame around with one shot there, Patrick.
Yeah, he's made his 14 a little bit tricky there, but also the 5 and the 3 ball, is it?
Yeah, so the 5 and the 3 ball for Bayden and Simon are now in a bit of strife. It's a shot that certainly turned the momentum of this frame. Simon took the ascendancy from the break, and Kiri, with a couple of good shots, has turned it back strongly in Kiri and Jason's favour.
These Clubs New Zealand rules always go for the kill first. That's the mentality of these top players. But when they do miss, like Simon did off the break, then they can turn a little bit messy and turn into a little bit of a slugfest. Could this be one of those frames? Bayden and Simon discussing their options here.
Just looking at how they can either gain a bit of control back or level the ledger, so to speak. So whether they're looking at a double on the 3 or laying the 6 to the middle, trying to mess something up here. Looks like the 3 ball. Live streaming coverage of the Clubs New Zealand Nationals 8-ball pairs final, brought to you by Excellence Billiards. We're live at the Manurewa Cosmopolitan Club. Big crowd in for this one. They've been here all day.
Yeah, and a big thanks to Matt
Great
and the team
shot,
at Excellent
Bayden.
Billiards, as Bayden plays that perfectly. Yeah, big thanks from all the viewers. I know they like the ones that can't make it to these tournaments like to be able to see this, so good that we can get something online.
Great double from Bayden. Another big shot coming up. He's going to try and cannon the 5 off the 8 ball to the corner. What a shot, folks.
Great play, great play.
He's
but unlucky there on the 6.
He is. He's still at the table. Still at the table. Just yelling a bit of encouragement to his playing partner, saying it's not getting any easier, mate. And it's not. He's played a couple of huge shots, and he's got a couple more big ones to go if he wants to run this rack out. Here we go. 6 to the corner. Absolutely magnificent shot. You will not see better. He's promoted the black off the cushion and given himself a shot on the one. I can tell you, hand on heart, if he rolls this one in nicely and gets on the black, this is one of the best finishes you ever see. Is it there? He's missed it. He's missed it.
He's missed it, but he's left that one pretty much dead over the pocket there. I don't think that 13 will be able to blow it out or pass behind it. So bit of work to do here from Kiri and Jason.
That's right, Pat. It won't be able to get in there cleanly. They may opt at putting it in there with a bit of pace and popping it out and hoping for the best, but they've got plenty of other balls to worry about in the meantime too. It was a commentator's curse I put on Bayden there after playing 3 massive shots. Just couldn't quite finish it off with the one up the rail. Nonetheless, from a pretty nasty position, he's got himself just again turned the frame on a dime. What a great visit from Bayden. Well played.
Yes, and I didn't know 1 or 2 broadcasts entitled us to that curse claim, but I'll have to be careful what I say from now on.
Well, yeah, maybe it's your fault, Patrick. Yeah, your initial broadcast here today. I've done a few more, and believe me, I've put my mouth in it a few times. And Jimmy as well.
Yes, I've heard.
I distinctly remember commentating the singles final last year and dropping Simon in it, who was Simon Singleton, who's playing today, who was a bridesmaid last year, and he hasn't let me forget about it.
Yes, and that makes it scary to get up here, but after I heard Des and Ryan commentating, I thought I'll give it a go.
Well, I assure you can't do any worse than they did, mate, so... Right, Jason Pickles. Cometh a man, cometh the hour. What have you got, son? A lot of people wouldn't have heard too much about Jason Pickles. A lot of players wouldn't know him in this tournament, but he's certainly shown his qualities and been queuing very nicely today and working well with Ceri as a partnership. He's tried the aggressive route there. Tried to skid in behind the 13 so he could play it to the same corner pocket. He's knocked it to the top rail, so things are getting trickier, Pat.
Yeah, something has to be done about the 13 or tying up the black.
He's going to have to come back to that 13 last, of course, now. So
a bump on the black there would have been nice if he could have put that on the rail, made it a bit more difficult so that they could have laid up one of their balls that were a little bit harder on the rail.
12 ball to the corner pocket. It's away. And pretty straightforward finish coming for Simon in a 3-1 lead.
Trying that curse out again, mate.
Well, geez, he'd be hard pressed to mess this one up.
Stranger things would have happened and have happened today, but I wouldn't bet against Simon either.
Don't curse the Jew, mate. He's already been bridesmaid at plenty of tournaments. Nicely played. And 3-1 coming up here for Simon and Bayden.
Yeah, very nice.
Just a bit of 3-1 to Timaru, 3-1 to Simon and Bayden. Just a bit of tongue-in-cheek there for those of you watching at home. Simon with the curly hair, catching a nickname amongst the pool players as one of the Jews. It's all in good fun. And who cares with the way he's queuing at the moment?
I don't understand the reference, Brett, but thanks for that. What do you do now? What do you do now as Ceri?
Well, Kiri's just had a look up at the heavens, Pat, so maybe he's praying for rain.
I don't like his chances. I think the better bet is to get something off the break here and do what Ceri does. Run out of rack. That's
right, mate. He's had a couple of opportunities and hasn't finished them off. He'll be desperate to get a ball off the break here. And if he can't run the rack, he'll be wanting to put them in a strong position and just claw this deficit back to 3-2.
Kiri going through his routine once more. He will have been in this situation a number of times in the past. 3-1 down. Big game, big crowd. Big moment in his and any pool player's career. National title on the line.
That's right, everyone. It's New Zealand title, Peers title on the line. Bit of prize money as well, but players won't be thinking about that. They want their hands on the trophy and the title of the best New Zealand pairing in Clubs New Zealand 8 Ball for 2016. Another great break from Ceri, but yes, nice. Wants a bit of a rub here, and he hasn't quite got it. Those last two balls moving on the table, the 5 and the 13, just nestled on each other over on that cushion, and everything else is on. What route will he take? It'll be the small ones. 3 ball, the first shot that Ceri will be taking on here. Remembering that he must pot a ball in this shot to establish the set. Once you've got one off the break, it's open table.
And Brett, how does a player in this situation choose which set to take? He's obviously got a couple of options there.
That's right, Pat, but of course you want a nice starting ball. There's not an easy shot on the bigs to begin with, but also because the 5 is high side of the 13, blocking the 13 to the corner pocket, the little ones are the correct choice. A little bit of backup, I guess you would say, for that 5 and 13. Nice shot from Ceri. Bumped into the 1, but he's established a set by potting the 3, and that's the main goal there. So if he'd missed that shot, the table still would have been open. So he got a big one off the break, opted to go for littles. Now that he's potted the 3 ball, him and Jason, or Jason and Ceri, are on the little ones for this frame, and Bayden and Simon are on the stripes.
Yes, of course, and for those that don't know, the Clubs New Zealand rules, after the break, you must nominate and pot a ball from the nominated set to be on that set, to be established on that set.
That's right, Pat. Now Ceri's in a bit of trouble here. He's established the set, as we said, but what's next?
2 to the corner pocket.
I think you'll find him trying to run the 1 all the way down the line here. Big shot. It looked good off the bat. And that is a great display of a straight cue and a beautiful shot down the line there from Ceri. Two to the side. Yep, nicely weighted there from Ceri. Now he's got a bit of work to do. He either plugs this 4 in the corner and comes back for the 6. Or he takes the 6 first, and then things get trickier.
And Brett, he has 3 balls out in the open here. You'd think a player of Ceri's calibre can clear these 3 balls, but then what does he do with that 5? That 5 behind the 11. Or is it the 13? Sorry.
Just copping a bit of stick out of shot there from Simon and Bayden, watching Ceri here. They better be careful. I'm the one with the mic in my hand. Yeah, here's the shot I suggested on the 4, just coming out for the 6. Beautifully played from Ceri, just floated it in the corner. And he's perfect on the 6 ball.
So will Ceri be thinking run out here?
So what he's looking at, Pat, is he's looked at the double on the 7. He's going to plug this double on the 7, use the 6 to come back up table, and then he'll definitely look at the back double on the 5 if he can get on it. Here we go. Best doubler in the country. Don't put the curse on him. I did. I shouldn't have opened my mouth. Best exponent of doubles and triples and trick shots in the country, and I put the commentator's hex on him. And I'm getting some abuse from some people in the crowd about it too. Right, Simon at the table. Can he punish the mistake? Great shot. Oh, he's played a very aggressive shot to try and split that 13 out there, and he's unlucky. He's very unlucky. He went into it with a lot of pace and just sandwiched and double kissed it, and still not on over there.
That 13 will not pass the 5 down into the corner pocket. Still a bit of work to do here.
but he's still at the table, Pat, so he's still got an opportunity to either seize control if he can't make an opportunity to get that 13 into play. We'll certainly look at Pax running the 9 over that corner hole. The 11 looks a little bit tricky as well as we look closest to the bottom of the table towards the middle pocket. Bit of encouragement coming from Bayden there. He likes Simon's positional shot there. He thinks he may have created an angle to pop this 12 in the middle, run the white through with a bit of top and just kiss into the 13 ball. Nice aggressive pull here. Good to watch.
That's the first bit of animation we've seen from Bayden so far.
I'm sure there'll be plenty more to follow, Pat. Oh, wow.
Wow.
I don't want to say he's got it all wrong because it's pretty hard to execute that shot on a dime, but he's played in to try and cannon into the 13-5 and just come a little bit awry. It's caught the 5, it's come back off the top rail, and guess what? The 13's still blocked.
The 7 and 6, of course, out in the open, so doesn't want to give up the shot. Doesn't want to give up the shot here, at least not easily.
That's right, Pat. He'll be looking at containing shot here. He doesn't have a clean pot on. Or he could be going the aggressive route, which would be, wouldn't surprise me for a start, it would be the 9 to the corner and a back double on the 11. There's the 9 to the corner. Not quite, but he was certainly in good shape to back double that 11 to the side pocket.
And it looks now he's blocked the 6 from cleanly going into that far corner pocket as well, so not a bad leave.
Yep. He was trying to pot that, but he's done enough to upset the path of that 6. And Kiri and Jason just discussing now what they can do. They've got a little bit of coverage with the 5 behind the 13 ball. And Jason saying, look, if I play the 6 off the cushion into the 9, knock the 9 on the bottom rail and basically leave the 6 where the 9 is. That's what they're looking at. Let's see if they can execute it. Just joined behind me by one of our main flight champions, Tone. He had a good tournament in the Piers with Mulrooney. It's not well executed from Jason. He did attempt the shot that I suggested, but didn't quite get it right. He didn't catch the 6 into the 9 full enough, and he's put their 6 on the bottom rail. But more importantly, he's left Simon and Bayden a shot on the 9. What can they do from here?
Of course, they've still got that 13 there, big problem. So how to get it out, how to advance the frame, put themselves in a better position than when they got to the table.
Bayden just looking to see if he can force the 13 up the rail into the 5 and maybe switch positions almost. Get that 5 out of there, 13 high side of the 5 and the 5 back down table. 9 ball to the corner to start with. Well, he's gone for the split. Oh! Well, he's got a booby prize, folks. He has got a booby prize and a half. He's played at a very, very aggressive 9 and was unfortunate not to kiss that 13 and 5. He got very, very close, but the cross and just cannon that 11. And Patrick O'Donnell, he's got another opportunity to get this out because I think he can clip this in.
How right you are, Brett DeFaria. And might have also blocked the 7 from passing that 11, which isn't going to matter because he's going to take this 11 now.
So he's looking at how he can just whisker this 11 in the middle and run the white back and around and give himself a crack at the 13. I don't think he can run into it directly unless he checks it up a lot, but which he's looking at doing here. A lot of check side. Off 3 rails. He's in there. Well, you give a man A for effort there. He's got as close as you can get with a couple of tries. And what has he got here?
He's got the back double to the opposite corner pocket.
I don't know, Pat. I think that 13 is too tight on that rail. I don't think the shot's on. We're about to find out. But he's played it. And Simon, his partner, was sitting there saying he doesn't think it's on either. But Bayden's just proved us both wrong.
And yes, folks, I hope somewhere that's recorded, one of the rare times that I was right and Brett was not.
Great shot from Bayden. And he slotted the black.
Julie finishes it off.
Very, very high quality finish.
What a good
Bayden,
team. What a good team.
Can't argue with that. Righto, folks. What a great finish from Bayden. Cannot argue with that pull. Absolutely magnificent. High quality. And you can see there that you can't give these players just a little sniff because they will take full advantage. It's a 6 frame now. Simon to break. Another good break from Simon. Another good break from Simon. He's got a ball down. The lay of the land looks good here. So if you're just tuning in, Excellence Billiards have live streaming of this, the Clubs New Zealand 2016 National 8-Ball Pairs Final. We're at the Manurewa Cosmopolitan in Auckland. It's been a long day. We're down to the 2 best pairings in the country. Simon Singleton and Bayden Jackson from Timaru. Jason Pickles and Kiri Worts playing out of Motueka. Simon nominating Biggs, and I have a feeling that this could be it, folks. This could be it. Welcome back here to Patrick O'Donnell joining me in commentary. Simon Singleton, he's on a finish here on the stripes. All he's thinking about is ball by ball position. He's played that nicely. Key ball there.
Yeah, Bretton, what a treat. What a treat for me and for the crowd and for anyone tuning in, getting to see this level of play. About as good as it gets here in New Zealand. 4 of the top players in the country. Skills on display and not letting us down so far. Bayden and Simon will be very happy with the start. But it's not over yet.
Well, you say the start, Patrick, but the end could be near here. Simon's just got 4 balls left, and one good positional shot here could see him grab his first Clubs New Zealand 8-ball title. I think he's come too far. Oh, he's going to sneak past the 1 and be on the 10, or the 15. Well, he puts his hand up, a little bit apologetic there, because that was not where he intended to be. He overhit it, but fortune favours the brave.
He will not say no.
No, he's in good shape here. And look, just to reiterate, Bayden and Simon, they got through section play yesterday, only dropped a couple of frames. There were lots of pairings who got through section play so dominantly. That's not so uncommon, but they've carried it on here in the post section. I think they've been very dominant in post section today, winning matches 4-0, 4-0, 4-1 and the like. So not a lot of teams have really come close to them today, and it's showing here.
Absolutely, and that includes the defending champions, Matt and Phil. 5-1 in that semi-final, and just clinical and professional display from the 2 expats.
They're in here, Pat. He's in. It's just all
like
too easy.
This looks like it.
1 good 13 here. Pretty straightforward. He knows it. And Simon Singleton and Bayden Jackson are your new champions.
Yeah, congratulations to Simon and Bayden. They put a lot into the game, and really happy for them to take this title out. Congratulations also, of course, to Jason and Ceri. Amazing tournament, amazing day today. Came up a little bit short in the final, but all credit to them for the effort they put in.
Yeah, that's right, Patrick. Take nothing away from Kiri and Jason's effort today. They beat some great pairings to get to this final. You can see a lot of the players coming in here congratulating Bayden and Simon on their win, and commiserations for Jason and Kiri. Look, we hope you've enjoyed watching us, the footage live, come to you by Excellence Billiards. It's been a pleasure commentating. We might catch up with you later on in the week for some singles action. From Brett DeFaria, on behalf of Patrick O'Donnell here at the Manurewa Cosmopolitan Club, we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.